Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Our today's topic is about another type of anxiety disorder which is known as generalized anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder is characterized by excessive, exaggerated anxiety and worry about everyday life events with no obvious reason for worry. In simpler form or short form, this disorder is known as GAD. Now, the main feature of this disorder is excessive and exaggerated anxiety and worry. In simple anxiety, there is anxiety, but that is not very much excessive or intense, and that is not exaggerated. Exaggerated means that this anxiety is prevailing in each and every life situation of that individual, and there is no reason behind getting worried. So in phobia, the individual gets worried related to specific situation. In panic attack occurs again in specific situation. But generalized anxiety disorder is a disorder where individual is worried about everything, about family, about work, about health, about finance. So about everything the individual is worried. And people with GAD, they tend to always expect disaster and cannot stop worrying about health, money, family, work or school. So they are all the time getting apprehensive. Apprehension is the main feature of generalized anxiety disorder. They all the time expect that something disastrous is going to happen when there is no reason behind getting worried in this respect. People with this disorder constantly remain restless and agitated. As they suffer from anxiety all the time, then they are all the time in the state of restlessness and agitation. People may worry about a number of different topics over a long period of time, 6 months or even more. So the whole lifespan of these individuals, they remain worried and apprehensive. Eventually, the anxiety so dominates the person's thinking that it interferes with daily functioning, including work, school, social activities, and relationships. So this is the consequence of getting worried all the time, that individual's whole life gets disturbed. Individual's thinking, which is negative thinking, when you become worried and apprehensive all the time about upcoming danger will come or not, you don't know, but you are fearful that it will come. So this is your negative thinking. So when you are all the time occupied by this apprehensive thinking, then your other life matters or other life situations, they get disturbed. Your professional responsibilities, you are unable to fulfill your professional responsibilities, your domestic responsibilities, your social life or activities and relationships, they all suffer due to your negative thoughts. People with GAD, they often feel depressed, worthless and inadequate, because when people, they think that they are unable to cope up with this particular life situation because they cannot handle it in the appropriate manner, then they feel depressed and they consider themselves as worthless, as inadequate. They think that they are unable to perform properly or deal effectively or resolve effectively their different life solutions or problems. They face difficulty in making decisions. They cannot make decisions because they are very doubtful. And even when they make decisions, then they doubt their own decisions, that whether they are right or not, what will be the consequences of those decisions. It is more common among women as compared to men. In the post-treatment study of patients that spanned 5 years, Woodman observed that only 18% of the patients could be cured completely. Post-treatment study is a study that is conducted after the treatment. So Woodman conducted this study which spanned 5 years. For the 5 years he collected data and he observed that only 18% of the patients who are suffering from GAD, they could be cured completely. Otherwise, people they can be taught to manage their problems, but the complete cure is very less. Now the symptoms of generalized anxiety disorders. When you will be reviewing these symptoms, you will see that these are the symptoms that you have read before in panic attack, in phobia, in simple anxiety disorder. So all these symptoms are very much similar because the main causal factor behind all these disorders is anxiety. Anxiety is there, so all the symptoms related to anxiety will be present in all types of disorders. Trembling and shivering, muscle tension and aches, getting easily fatigued, inability to relax, difficulty in sleeping, exaggerated startle response. It is the response where individual gets shocked at once over very little happening in the surrounding. Shocking response. Difficulty concentrating, irritability and restlessness, shortness of breath, rapid heartbeat and pulse rate, sweating, especially of hands, dry mouth, dizziness and headaches, sickness, diarrhea and other stomach disorders that are gastrointestinal disorders, frequent urination and difficulty in swallowing. So these are the main symptoms, and if according to your book, if 6 of these symptoms are present, then and for a particularly long period of time, then the individual will be diagnosed as suffering from generalized anxiety disorder. Now the causal factors of generalized anxiety disorders. What causes basically generalized anxiety disorder? So we'll be studying here the views of different schools of thought, that what do they say about the occurrence of this disorder. The very first viewpoint is about psychoanalysis. According to the theory of psychoanalysis, generalized anxiety disorder results from the unconscious conflict between id and ego. You are now very well familiar with id-ego. These are the structures of personality. Id is the structure of personality which demands immediate gratification, immediate satisfaction of every desire and wish. Ego is the structure of personality which basically balances the wishes of the id and another part of personality which is superego. It balances the orders coming from these both structures and decides what should be done in this particular situation. So when there is imbalance, when it is constantly striving for immediate satisfaction, then it becomes very much difficult for the ego to create that balance. So conflict arises, and that conflict is at the unconscious level. So individual is unable to that what is basically happening, and it results, its manifestation in the observable form is in the development of anxiety disorder. According to cognitive behavioral theory, the disease is caused by the learned attitude and behavior. Behaviorists, they believe that when the individual learns this thing through past experiences, through repeated experiences, when individual learns that he is unable to cope up with this life demand, then he develops anxiety. He has learned this helplessness. Individual thinks that he is helpless in this particular situation, unable to cope, and thus feels worthless, inadequate, and thus develops anxiety. The painful events one has foreknowledge means previous knowledge of, create less anxiety, whereas unexpected painful events cause a lot of anxiety. The events which we know that they are going to happen of any nature, disastrous or non-disastrous, when we know that this danger is going to happen, then we are mentally prepared to face that, and we make plans to cope up with that. But when something unexpected happens, and specifically of dangerous nature or of sad nature, then we become more anxious and unable to handle it. Roman, Kenyon, Newman, Borkovic, they all proposed that anxiety is the cause rather than the important symptom of generalized anxiety disorder. So they say that basically the main cause of generalized anxiety disorder is the anxiety that the individual is suffering from, and that anxiety is generalized. It is prevailing in all the life of the individual. According to the biological theory, the physiological causes of this disease cannot be ignored. There are certain biological causes as well, and according to these biological causes, there are certain individuals who are biologically prone to develop this disorder, because it is in their physiological makeup, biological makeup, that they get tensed very easily. They get worried very easily, even without any particular reason. We call this personality trait as neuroticism. Neurotic individuals are the people who suffer from this personality trait of neuroticism, and they are all the time getting worried, apprehensive, without any particular reason. And similarly, there is the role of neurotransmitters as well. Neurotransmitters are the chemicals that are released in our brain, and these chemicals have great effect upon our behavior. When we feel sad, when we feel happy, then it is because of these neurotransmitters. So serotonin, dopamine, they may play their role through their release, high or low release. It affects our behavior, and in this way they may play their role in getting anxiety. So these are the physiological causes, that sometimes individuals are biologically prone to develop this particular disease, and it also happens that neurotransmitters, they play their role. Treatment of this disorder, all the techniques that were used for the treatment of panic disorder, phobia, they can be used for the treatment of generalized anxiety disorder as well. Psychoanalysis can be used to reduce the conflict between the structures of personality. The behavioral techniques can be used, and these are more effective techniques, cognitive behavioral techniques, which basically address the negative thoughts of an individual and try to correct that, because it's all because of the negative thoughts that individual thinks that something is going to happen when he is leading a very normal life, and keeps on thinking that something disastrous or bad is going to happen. So it is a negative thought. Again, it is a negative thought that individual is thinking that he is unable to cope up with that particular situation. So these therapists, they try to correct the negative thought pattern of the individual. And other than these techniques, there is the drug medication that is given to the clients. There are the relaxation therapies and techniques that are given to the individual for the treatment of this disorder. So this was all about GAD. Inshallah, our next lecture will be about obsessive compulsive disorder. Till then, Allah Hafiz.